even if we talk about the things that bring us joy, there's going to be a person, people, who are upset that we are not engaged and enraged. I am 100% both of those things all the time, and have been probably the duration of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to say you're tired.
Yeah.
Is it okay to say that out loud? Probably not. Because then it becomes okay to be tired, and now is the time to get up and do the work.
I think the question becomes, can you be both at once? And how do you be both at once? Because you can be tired and frustrated and sad and scared. You can also be mad as hell and wanting to seek action. So I think that we're not alone in feeling the way that we're feeling. So then the question is, what are the next steps, right? I don't know enough. I feel so unprepared for what can I do that will be most effective? Because this whole time I've always thought, vote, put the people in office that are going to represent your interests.
Mm-hmm.
Then
you did that.
And now what? Where are the adults?
You did that, and then they said, do you have the $15, though, so that we can keep fighting? But did you start fighting yet?
Out of my motherfucking mailbox with your requests for donations. I mean, are you kidding me with this?
I
gave you
find
my
out
money.
Where they think we have the $15, though.
Girl,
where do I have the $15?
I'm putting $80 worth of gas in my car, sweating bullets once a week. What the fuck?
That's the other part. That's the other part is money moves everything, and it's easy for everybody to go, well, we should just protest. We should not do these things. So some people will literally not survive if they miss a day of work.
Yes.
Some people will literally not survive if they don't show up. So we are asking everybody to sacrifice something while we sit here and don't have to sacrifice much. And that's where it becomes hard to be vocal about what you think the right path is, because you're always going to have the blind spot of your privilege.
Yeah.
Informing what you think the right thing to do is. So then your next step is, I'm fearful of saying what I think is the right thing to do, because just like in the AOC example, she was saying, fucking everything sucks. I'm going to get a manicure, and this is a piece of my resistance, which is fine. Nobody's denying that you deserve self-care, but I also need you to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know about your manicure. I need you to do your fucking job.
Right. And that is the most frustrating piece of this, because you were so loud and you were just loud. You were loud with your opinions. You were loud with what was wrong. Your constituents put you in office. I don't care that you're tired. This is what you signed up for. This is your job. So great, get your manicure, keep it on the DL. I don't need to know about it. What are you doing to help make this better?
Right. And now I'm starting to think, oh, the people in power are also powerless. There's nothing anybody can do but fucking talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to add to that noise. So I'm just going to keep all of this rage that I have bottled up. I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to just keep scrolling. I'm going to scroll past it. Don't say shit. Don't say shit. Don't respond to that. Just block that person. Just block it, Melissa. Block, block, block. Boy, whatever the fuck your name is. Whatever the fuck your name is. Block.
Mm-hmm.
Block. You are not providing joy. You are not putting happiness into the world. Fuck you. And like, after a while, you start approaching life with, who do I got to say fuck you to, and how can I avoid them? Which is a crazy way to live. But
it's
also
insane.
the way to live.
I think at this point, protecting your peace and doing what you can to stay sane, helping where you can, and you have the capacity, you know, like maybe it's helpful to just start within your own community, within your own, you know, immediate circle. What can you affect right where you are? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that is just to make me feel better. I don't know if doing that is just like making me feel better, like I'm actually taking action and doing something, or if it actually helps the greater whole. But I just feel so hopeless at this point and just stuck.
And then feel bad when I'm doing a thing that sparks joy, because other people don't have the opportunity to spark this kind of joy. Other people can't just turn it off. Other people can't just do this. Other people can't just go and be away from it. Like, so it just brings me back to, maybe I just go all the way inward and shut the fuck up and don't exist anymore, which is crazy. I'm not talking about dying. I'm talking about complete social media break, go away.
Yeah.
No more talking. I can think about all these things, and like, I have my person that I can talk to about all these things. Oh, Justin Beck is exhausted. Oh my God. Well, he's exhausted because he has his feelings too now.
Yeah. And
we find ourselves just, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
We're both now having it. And now he's got theories and shit. He's in wormholes the way I am, and it's just like, I'm also actively like, babe, how are we going to protect the children though? Like, mm-hmm. We got to think bigger picture. How much water do we have? Which is crazy. Now I'm like, all you fucking nature people, all you fucking live off the grid people who I have made fun of all this time. All these people that are like, grow your own vegetables, have a garden. And I'm like, man, fuck you. I'm going to the store. Yeah. I'm the asshole. Y'all had it right the whole motherfucking time.
Literally came. We talked about that yesterday, because I was saying, like, yeah, I was talking about like, okay, so what are the options to like actually leave and move overseas? And I was talking about like how the logistics of that felt very difficult, and there are too many moving parts and pieces, and my concern for my kids and what would that do to them. And then I said, and then part of me feels like, and this is kind of reminded me of like that Joshua Tree conversation. I said, part of me feels like maybe if I just removed myself from the community that I lived in and put myself into a place where it is more remote and secluded, would that be the solution? And my therapist was like, well, tell me like what your neighborhood is right now. And so I explained it to her, and I said, but here's the thing. I like my creature comforts and conveniences. So I want to be able to just like pop down the street to go to Trader Joe's, but then like somehow magically appear in my like fully remote area that's like not surrounded by anybody, and like live in my own little like hobbit hole, but then be able to like go out to Ulta to pick up my sunscreen real quick if I need. So I was like, I really don't know if that place exists. But
right,
all doesn't. Those preppers and off the grid people, like that has been a fantasy for so long, and I'm like, could I really do that though?
No, listen, the way my constitution is set up is I got a lot of specificities, and I'm a particular ass person. It's true, I'm a particular ass person, and my only saving grace thus far is that I have not believed in the importance and power of socializing my children. I dip my toe in every now and again. But for the most part, my kids are cool with, we ain't going to that shit. Sit down. which is going to benefit me when the shit that they want to go to isn't real anymore or possible anymore, because you can't go to shit without getting shot the fuck up now.
Yeah,
and changing the mindset of being in the house is not bored. Being in the house is a privilege, motherfucker. Being in the house is a gift. Being in the house and finding happiness in that is a gift. I've been giving you tools for survival this whole time. You thought you was just bored. You thought mommy was just annoying and didn't want to go anywhere and didn't want to get hot, didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. No. Mommy was protecting your ass and getting you ready for the fact that we are not going to be able to leave here, especially not with no motherfucking BA5 viral meningitis version of COVID. We not going nowhere. Okay? And I don't know why you would want to go anywhere, because out there is where the shooters are. Out there is where the bigots are. Out there is where the torches are. And that's a horrible thing to make clear and real to your kids. So I don't. You know, we don't have the news on in the background in this house, ever. I get all of my news in my fucking hand where my kids can't see the shit.
Yeah.
I had a rainbow flag with a Jewish star on it.
Uh-huh.
Because the community center is inclusive, this, that, and the other, and they were giving them out, that you could put them in your car. So I had it on my car, and Shira said, Mommy, what is that flag? And I just realized, oh my gosh, I don't have news on in the background, so like she's not exposed to pride, which not because I don't want her to be, and she knows what gay is, obviously, and is not a thing, but she didn't know the rainbow flag with the Jewish star on it, and I was explaining inclusivity, and where we hang out, we want to be, you know, friends with people that are not like us, and we love them for who they are, and they love us for who we are, as long as we respect each other. And that's what the flag means. I was like, it's a symbol. And I'm trying to explain it to her, whatever, and she goes, that's nice. Not even a thing.
Yeah.
And I realized by osmosis, your kids learn a lot about who you are. So like Black Lives Matter or pride shit, this and that and the other. I'm baffled by parents who feel like it's an agenda. What's an agenda about being accepting? We just said, be cool. I don't understand what's wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole agenda either. And I don't understand, like, so what's the end game? If we were really trying to make everybody gay or make everybody trans or make everybody have an abortion, whatever they're concerned about, what's the end game? For what? Why? I don't give a shit about what you do. And I've always told my kids, like, as long as you're not hurting yourself or somebody else, I don't give a fuck. If it makes you happy, do it.
Correct. And I don't understand where dude, I forget. Somebody ran a fucking piece that should not have been run, where they actually said that ectopic pregnancies can be delivered. And it was just like, this is false fucking information. Why the fuck would you even put that out there? And also, what you are espousing, that there are no circumstances ever where an abortion would be the right thing to do. I actually don't need a circumstance. That's the part you're fucking missing.
Yeah.
I could just not that I would do that. Not that anybody. You think people out here just want to be killing babies to be killing babies? Are you fucking crazy?
Well, the slippery slope with that is that because I've unfortunately, I have been mired in that conversation for way too long. And out of my own experience, I often hear, well, your situation is different. Or I didn't think about what you did as having an abortion. But conservatives have done such an amazing job at convincing their constituents or their followers to believe that birth control is something that women do selfishly, or is it something that they do as birth control because they're lazy and they don't want to, or whatever, or it's a epidemic of, being promiscuous. And they say, oh, well, let's just limit abortions in some cases, but then allow it in others. And it's like, you can't do that. Because you have to be for it, because it's none of your business why a woman chooses it. It has to be okay across the board. And if you don't like it, don't do it. And if you don't like it, find ways to avoid it. But there may be some day where a situation has come out of your control. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's for your kid. Maybe it's for your grandkid. somebody in your circle, it's really easy to say that I hate it and then not consider all of the implications that it has for other people. I have friends and family who have conceived their children through IVF. If you don't think that they're coming for your embryos that are on ice, you need to think again, because they may be able to start dictating what happens to all those babies that you have on hold. And parents currently have a choice. If you've decided that your family is complete, and let's say you have 3 embryos left, you can dispose of them and the facility will take care of what they need to do. Or you can implant them into your body and they will just be dissolved and like reabsorbed into your body. So that may not be a choice for you anymore. You may have to implant every single embryo. And then that brings up a whole host of I'm getting off on a tangent here, but that I think people don't think of.
It's not a tangent. All of this shit is interconnected, and you can't talk about one thing without talking about the other thing, and so it becomes a fucking avalanche of all these other problems. So at the end of the day, the best solution is, why don't you mind your motherfucking business? At the end of the day, that's always the solution. If you don't like it, you don't do it.
Right. That. And the argument that, well, this is just, the federal government taking their hands out of it. No. This is not a state's issue. You've just removed a human right. So you are actually involving the government more than what you think you're doing. Make it make sense. It's wild to me how people can have such a narrow view of the world and how these decisions, it may not affect you, but it might affect your neighbor. It could affect your kid. It could affect,
this is again where minding your business works.
Why do we have to care? Why do we care? Is it a control thing? It's got to be a control thing, right?
It's a power and control thing.
It always boggles my mind how somebody can care so much about what someone else does
or can and can't do.
Yeah.
Like, how does it affect your life, though? Yeah. Are you going to raise the motherfucking baby? Do you want money taken away from you to help take? And that's the other part, is y'all want all these babies, but y'all don't have no motherfucking social services in play.
Yes.
You only care about the baby and making sure that the baby gets here, but once the baby's here, you don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
And that's the part. What I'm trying to understand is, how do you get to a place in your brain where you can disconnect and be willfully obtuse about something that's so fucking obvious? Sit up in my face and make that bad faith ass argument. And that's where it's just like, okay, this is where we've come to. There's no agree to disagree. About this. This is about. All you have to do is flip it. Flip it. Let's say we are going to start at 18, every boy got to have a vasectomy. And when he's ready, when he's good and ready, and he feels responsible, like, nobody would go for that.
No, never.
A reversible procedure, by the way. Nobody would go for that. So that's how you know it's about power.
Yeah.
That would actually make the most sense. Or, if you purchase this gun, you got to have a vasectomy. It would solve our angry white male problem real quick. You ain't using that dick no way, you incel. So what you need it for? I be making sense at 7 a.m.
No more Viagra.
These are fucking common sense solutions.
God wants you to have a limp dick.
That would never fly.
It would never fly. It's incredible. It's. Oh, I'm recording. Can you turn the lights off, please? Okay.
Yeah, we're recording thoughts that actually might get the lights turned off. That's the world we live in now. I don't want to say shit about shit. I want to provide joy and fucking solace.
Well, then let's provide joy.
I'm just like, This is what happens when people go underground. Calvin and Hobbes.
The cartoon?
Yep.
Okay.
You know the story of that man. That man fucking made that comic. That shit was a wild success. He went away and didn't come back out. He lived somewhere, middle America, and he did not, like those Calvin and Hobbes stickers and shit, all that shit is unauthorized. He didn't say you can do that.
Really? I didn't know that.
He ended the comic and went underground. So he gave the world his art. He got himself fucking whole. He has money forever. And he went away. There's no commentary. He doesn't come back out, whatever. He just put his art in the world. It provides people joy, and he went the fuck away. And I'm like, dude, I fucking really respect that. You know, let's read about him. And like, there are people who, you know, love Calvin and Hobbes, and they're like, well, why do you go away? How do you make so much money off of your fans and then just disappear? Because that's what the fuck he can do. He gave you what he gave you.
Yeah.
Enjoy that shit. And now he can go on about his business. People are upset about that. Some people are upset about that. But I look at it as just like such a revolutionary act of fucking true peace protection. That I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to Bill Watterson my ass.
I mean, I feel like that's so incredibly smart. For the longest time, I've always said that Britney Spears should have just like made her money. I mean, she could have probably retired very easily before all that shit went down in 2007. She should have just made that money and then just played in her backyard with her babies, and she would have been fine. She would have been set. Like, I think that might be the smartest thing that you could do, is just mind your business, collect your coins, and then disappear.
That's what I'm saying. So it's been a good run, guys. Thank you so much for listening and supporting Imperfect Strangers. They're like, wait, what just happened? No. Guys, we don't make enough money to fucking abandon this motherfucker. What you talking about? Also, we like to talk shit. We like hearing ourselves talk shit. Don't worry, we're still here.
We will now be recording from an undisclosed location.
Okay, here. William Boyd Watterson, born July 5th, 1958, is a retired American cartoonist and the author of the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes, which was syndicated from 1985 to 1995. Watterson stopped drawing Calvin and Hobbes at the end of 1995 with a short statement to newspaper editors and his readers that he felt he had achieved all he could in the medium. Watterson is known for his negative views on comic syndication and licensing, his efforts to expand and elevate the newspaper comic as an art form, and his move back into private life after he stopped drawing Calvin and Hobbes. Watterson was born in Washington, D.C. and grew up in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. The suburban Midwestern United States setting of Ohio was part of the inspiration for Calvin and Hobbes. So he just fucking bounced.
Yes.
He, left with honors and awards, like celebrated as shit, all kind of fucking... Reuben Award, National Cartoonist Society, Harvey Award, Best Syndicated Comic Strip, Maxim Moritz Prize, Eisner Award, just prize on prize on prize. And he was just like, bitch, I'm the greatest of all motherfucking time. But I also don't believe in the commercialization of my work. I've made the money that I was meant to make in this medium. You can all lick my balls, have fun with that. I'll be out. And I feel like
I love him.
Yeah, I have so much respect for him, and like, where is he? What's he doing? We don't know. That's none of our business. And I just really, that's a motherfucker from Cincinnati, I think.
No, Chagrin Falls, he might be. I mean, he might be in Yellow Springs with Dave Chappelle, but I think Chagrin Falls, I think that's the Cleveland. I think that's like Northeast Ohio.
Dude, look at this. For years, Watterson battled against pressure from publishers to merchandise his work, something he felt would cheapen his comic. He refused to merchandise his creations on the grounds that displaying Calvin and Hobbes images on commercially sold mugs, stickers, and t-shirts would devalue the characters and their personalities. Watterson said that Universal kept pressuring him and said that he had signed his contract without fully perusing it because as a new artist he was happy to find a syndicate willing to give him a chance. 2 other syndicates had previously turned him down. He added that the contract was so one-sided that if Universal really wanted to, they could license his characters against his will and could even fire him and continue Calvin and Hobbes with a new artist. Watterson's position eventually won out and he was able to renegotiate his contract so that he would receive all rights to his work, but later added that the licensing fight exhausted him and contributed to the need for a 9-month sabbatical in 1991. Despite Watterson's efforts, many unofficial knockoffs have been found, including items that depict Calvin and Hobbes consuming alcohol or Calvin urinating on a logo. Watterson has said only thieves and vandals have made money on Calvin and Hobbes merchandise. And that, I also feel that shit. Do not disrespect. If an artist tells you how to consume their art and you can consume their art that way, don't fucking bootleg their shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if you love that person. Do not bootleg their shit. That's not the art that they intended to put out into the world.
And if you want to, if you're inspired by it, just do it in private. Don't monetize it.
Right. Anyway, you know how I feel about true artistry. I love a motherfucker that really respects and values their art. You know me.
That's a fantastic story. No, we were watching Shark Tank recently, and one of the sharks asked the entrepreneur about their IP, and Chris was like, "What's IP?" And I was like, "Oh, let me talk to you about IP and what that means and why you should protect it."
Oh, I'm crazy about it.
Yeah.
I know he did not just come in here, show me his charger that he was looking for, and go, "It was in your bag. Thank you." I was really about to go on a long, annoying, but righteous tangent about Glassjaw and their IP. And how they respect the work of their own artistry and how they do what they want to do when the fuck they want to do it, and why that has informed my choices and how I move in the world, because art should be made for happiness. Art should be made for personal fulfillment, and if money comes and if people like it, those are the bonuses, which is why I have so much respect for this Calvin and Hobbes man. But yeah, it's wherever that fucking Bill Watterson is, we should be moving to. I bet Bill Watterson don't be watching the news mad.
I bet he's just living very happily, quietly.
Yeah, do he
I'm
got a lady?
I'm kind of jealous.
Do he got a man?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Where's his Wikipedia? Go to the personal section.
Okay, let me go to the personal section.
There isn't one.
Good for him.
I don't. Oh no! Look, I'm looking at Chagrin Falls. Chagrin Falls does not have a partner in this life.
Dear reader, I will be stopping Calvin and Hobbes at the end of the year. This was not a recent or an early, easy decision, and I leave with some sadness. My interests have shifted. However, and I believe I've done what I can do within the constraints of daily deadlines and small panels. I am eager to work at a more thoughtful pace with fewer artistic compromises. I have not yet decided on future projects, but my relationship with Universal Press Syndicate will continue. That so many newspapers would carry Calvin and Hobbes is an honor I'll long be proud of, and I've greatly appreciated your support and indulgence over the last decade. Drawing this comic strip has been a privilege and a pleasure, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity. Sincerely, Bill Watterson. Look at this motherfucking G. He just put his dick on the table and was like, I'm like, I just love him.
Yeah.
I bought all those books. Marlene used to devour the books.
Oh, she did? I like The Far Side. I loved The Far Side. I
love
books.
Those too. Marlene used to devour Calvin and Hobbes, and then, like, you know, she had them all lined up nice and neat. Aww. And I remember I used to just read them, and there would be, like, so much profound shit that motherfucking little boy would say. But, like, maybe that's the answer. We should all be like Bill Watterson and just go fucking mind our business. Put good shit in the world and then bounce. Why are we still littering? Up here arguing and shit. I'm gonna just go get me an imaginary tiger.
Yeah.
And be happy.
They might lock you away for having an imaginary tiger. And then you really won't have to worry about it because you'll be institutionalized somewhere.
I mean, he's just really so fabulous. You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to make sure that whatever I purchase of his is official. And I'm going to go support Bill Watterson just on the strength today. I'm going to buy... You know who would love it? Maja.
Oh, she would love it. You should do that. There you go, Tiny Joy.
Yep. I'm going to buy Maja a Calvin and Hobbes book and get her addicted to this little tiger and this little boy. That's going to be so cute. I think Maja's smart enough to, like, really get it.
Yeah, I mean, she's at that age. Actually, I have a question for you about parenting, and I don't know if you've faced this yet, or I don't even know how to move.
Do not recommend if that's what you want to know. No.
If I could give it 0 stars, I would.
Kids, yeah. I don't know. The fucking part, that's a lot. The carrying part, that's a lot. The delivering part, that's a lot. Then you got to pay for a bunch of shit. No, go ahead.
Do not recommend. Okay. So it's been well established on the podcast and in our conversations that I am a huge proponent of, accepting your body as it is, and you don't have to love every part of it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't help you to hate it. And so you have to find this place where you can accept how you're built, what your body looks like, or whatever, and understand that it doesn't define you. So that belief has been something that I've been really passionate about making sure that my kids understand that, like, your body is your own and we take care of it and we love it no matter what. And I've been really focused on that, especially with Quinn. And I'm coming to this place where as she gets older and becomes more aware of what her body looks like and how her body looks like in comparison to her peers, that despite the indoctrination that she receives at home about all bodies are good bodies, I'm coming up against some external force that has told her that the way certain parts of her body look are not okay. And no matter how much positive reinforcement I offer, no matter how many examples I offer of there's nothing bad about this, there's nothing wrong about this, there's nothing undesirable about this, I'm constantly met with resistance, and I don't know how to get past that.
Well, I don't want you to tell her business and tell me which part. We'll talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Because there might be some specificity with which I can answer some of your questions, even though I ain't no expert. I understand this is just like two of us vibing as moms of girls.
I don't want to put all of her business out there, but I think that this is something that happens for all girls at some point. I remember being self-conscious about my thighs because somebody made a rude comment to me. So I don't know. Like, I feel like I've done all the things that I'm supposed to do, but I can't control what we're seeing. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the messages, and it's also the proliferation of the social media. It's 20-second, 10-second flashes of what you are supposed to do and how you could look, and if you did this, this is how you could look better, and it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
And so, and I feel like that we're also powerless. There's nothing we can do. Each girl, each boy, each person is going to take and internalize all of these exterior messages, millions of them at a time. Mm-hmm. We could all say body positivity, this, that, and the other, till the fucking cows come home. That kid's still going to look in the mirror and go, I fucking hate this about myself.
Yeah.
And so what I've done is I like to go, bro, none of that shit. The fucking earth's on fire. No, I'm kidding. When I tell you that doesn't fucking matter, all that matters is you being able to do a winged eyeliner perfectly. All that matters is you fucking keeping your eyebrows together. All that matters is fucking not being that hairy. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, nobody is looking at your butt. No, it's fucking hard. It's hard. And like a lot of times I joke and like my kids are not trying to hear all that, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can go too far. Like I have given so much positive validation and confirmation to Shira that I'm literally living with Vanity Smurf right now. Every day, you're so smart, you're so helpful, you're so cool. Woo, goddamn, you're gorgeous. And she's taken the gorgeous message and been like, oh my God, I can't believe there's another mirror for me to look at myself. Like, fuck. And so, like, how do you instill confidence and how do you instill, like, that thing that takes years? Like, we as women, like, we all just got here at 40 and we're just now realizing, holy shit, I'm fucking great. My body is fucking awesome. My body did all these things and look how pretty. Like, who am I to tell her to love herself when I just motherfucking got here? And I'm still working on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's what I tried to explain because we had a situation last night and I said, you know, listen, there are parts of my body that I do not love. And I stood there naked in the dressing room and I was like, do you see this? Don't love it. And she was like, yeah, but nobody sees that. Nobody notices that. I said, right there. I said, that is exactly what I need you to understand, is that it might bother you. You might not like it, but I can guarantee you nobody else is thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And then I said, look at this. I don't love this, but what am I going to do to change it? Nothing. So I can either fixate on it and hate it and let it ruin my life, or I can just say, I have cellulite here. What? Like, who cares?
Well, okay. Hold on now. On the flip side, you can fixate on something that you hate and you could get a job. And when you're of age, you can fix that shit.
But I don't want to jump into that.
Well, I'm only saying that because I have obsessed about my teeth.
Your teeth, I know.
I've gone nonstop about it. So like, I want my kids to know that there are times and there are things that you can change. But it also, you need to sit with that ugly thing that you hate so much because maybe you're gonna love it. And I use the example of Jennifer Grey. She changed her nose and she changed her whole face and then never worked again. And didn't realize that the thing that you hate might be the thing that makes you special. Or the thing that makes you stand out, or the thing that makes you, you know, the only person that can do this thing. And it's hard. They're fucking little kids. They're still little sponges. So we can put all the good on the sponge, you know, the bleach on the sponge and leave it upright and make sure the sponge can last as long as it can last. But then there's also the people that wipe the counter with the sponge and the sponge is contaminated as shit. Though that's what the messages are. You know what I'm saying? You can only wring the sponge out so many times and like put new shit in it and keep it, you know, flexy and spongy. It's concerning, but I feel like here it's just constant repetition. You know what I'm saying? So that they know, no, my mom has said 1,000 times that this is how we deal with that. And that's okay. But it is sad to watch them like struggle with it. You know,
it was heartbreaking. And I am like, I think that if there's things that you don't like you said, you can change it. I don't want my kids to turn into a Kardashian, constantly chasing something that's not even real.
Well, I don't want my kids to turn into a Kardashian. Fuck the surgery. I don't want my kids to ever walk around in life with vocal fry and
that too.
Do not fucking aspire. Continue.
But, you know, pretty hurts. I don't want my kids to ever be.
That shit do hurt. That shit do hurt. But you can't tell them that.
You can't tell them that. So places where we can control things, I'm fine. Like, you don't like the hair on your legs, I'm not going to fight you on it. If you want to remove the hair on your legs, remove the hair on your legs. I don't care. So there are things where I'm like, yes, if this bothers you, you can change it. But I also want to make sure that you're doing it for you and not because somebody else has made you feel bad about it. And that can be a tricky place to step into. But I don't want her to, I know better. And so now that I know better, I want her to have less of a struggle. And I thought that maybe that was possible by I don't pay my kids compliments about their bodies. And I try not to pay them compliments about how they look. I try to find other ways to like talk them up, but I guess I just naively thought that like if I do differently than how I came up, and if I do differently knowing what I know now, that maybe I can avoid that. And I'm starting to find that like it's impossible. Even with all of this body positivity shit that we have in the media constantly, it's impossible.
I went this tack. I said, I'm going to top load all of the compliments with things that are not about how they are outwardly perceived. So you are so fucking cool. It's crazy. You are so smart. You are so witty. Whoa. You are so interesting. Wow, that was really thoughtful. You're a really good friend. I always have top loaded compliments like that. But I also specifically remember not feeling pretty and not being told I was pretty and how that had an effect on me.
Yeah.
To where I couldn't see that even if you told me.
Yeah.
You know, not that pretty is valuable, not that it matters, but like, so I have a hard and weird relationship with that. And the part about it is it's this age where you don't want them to struggle and feel upset about shit that you were upset about for years, that it took you so long to figure out. Like, there's no reason why you need to figure this out. I'm telling you. But it doesn't matter. They have to go through it in their own time. Like, you know how many times I've been like, Shalom, believe me when I say XYZ. She's like, dude, no. I'm like, I am telling you, do not wear leggings with a crop top, because you are going to look back on pictures of camel toe and you're going to be upset. If you don't want to listen, you don't want to listen. And then, like, 2 years will pass. You fucking told me. Then I say bike shorts with tall socks. You didn't listen. You didn't listen. Now the fucking train's passed you by. And like, I feel like if you keep your track record of what's cool, like after a while, Shalom just listens. She's like, yeah, okay, those. Like, I don't even ask questions anymore. The things just arrive and I go, this is what you should be doing. I promise you. Even though it's controlling and it's weird and it's whatever.
Hold on 1 second. Lennox Wilder, I told you specific. What?
Eat me with bacon.
Buster, I am recording. I put some on this morning and I will get it when I'm finished. Do not pick it off. Did you pick it off? You better put socks on your hands and then go up and sit on your hands, and I will deal with it when I come upstairs. Do you understand? I figured you picked at it, so don't pick at it anymore, and I will do it when I come up. Thank you.
Do we got a monkeypox?
No, but he is a picker. He is a scab picker, and something happened between his eyes, and he got like a little cut, and he can't leave it alone. So yesterday, or I don't know, 2 days ago, I bought liquid bandage because I thought, okay, well, this will be a good solution because he won't, I can't put a Band-Aid there because he's going to mess with it. I can't leave it out and just like put Aquaphor on it because that'll come off. So I thought liquid bandage, right? That's so smart. Fucking picks at the liquid bandage. So
yes, King.
I put it on this morning at 7 a.m., got out of bed, put it on his face. I said, leave it alone. And now what's he doing? He's down here knocking at the door saying, I need more. Well, why do you need more? Because I literally just put it on. I picked it off. Oh, he's the worst.
Give him the whole thing and let him just reapply as necessary. Oh, the thing's never going to heal. How ugly is it?
It's like this bright red scab between his eyes. And I told him, I was like, you're going to get a staph infection. It's never going to heal. It's going to get worse. It's going to scar. And it literally doesn't matter. But he's like, he had the scab on his elbow. Chris had to bribe him with treats to stop picking the scab on his elbow. Because he would pick it and then it would bleed. And he would pick it at like the most inopportune times. And he doesn't leave a Band-Aid on.
I do love scab. I can't lie.
I do too. I was a picker as a kid, but It's annoying when you're the parent.
Yeah, I mean it's a natural impulse. What I find gross is people that don't pick. You don't see that big ass blackhead? I'm serious. You don't see all that dirt in the sidewall of your toe? You don't see that? You just gonna put the shoe on. You don't see that.
The guy that did my pedicure 2 weeks ago got into my sidewall, and I almost was like, my friend would love you. But I was trying not to have a conversation, so I didn't want to bring it up. But that was the first time.
Hold on. Did he get in there and it was just like liberating? Was your ass like, whoa, that was a feeling?
It wasn't. I didn't feel like there was anything like really to dig out. But it was the first time that somebody had actually like specifically gone into the sidewall.
What?
Yes.
Your sidewalls have gone untouched for 40 years?
Well, no. So I don't regularly get pedicures. I just do like my own foot care at home. But this year before my birthday, I was like, I'll just get a pedicure with my manicure so that everything matches and it looks cute with my dress. And then since then, I've now been getting regular pedicures, which I really enjoy.
Yeah. They're fucking joyful.
But I had to switch nail salons.
Hold on a second. Let's get back to the important parts. You mean to tell me you don't have your sidewalls dug out regularly? You know what goes in a sidewall every day?
What goes in a sidewall every day? What are you doing with your feet, Tonely fans?
Dude, your feet just be having shit in them. They just naturally attract gross. So they constantly have to be sloughed and fucking pumiced and fucking scraped and scrubbed.
Well, I
and
pumice them and I clip my nails and stuff, but I'm not like digging under my toenails regularly.
Wowzers.
Girl, I'm white. You're lucky I wash my legs with a washcloth. Also,
wowzers.
If one more listener or Instagram follower sends the DM of the white man asking about the washcloths, you can hold on to that because we've received it so many times. I'm sick of seeing that guy's face.
I fucking hate. Well, first of all, he showed a stack of colored washcloths.
Right.
That was where he first fucked up.
He messed up.
And I think that he's just doing that. He's just doing that for rage clicks because there's no motherfucking way that you don't know that you need to scrub your body, you dirty bitch. We've been talking about this on the internet for however long. I'm going to say I've been talking about it since Princess Melissa days. It's been on the internet forever. Do not sit up here with a stack of colored washcloths and act like you don't know what the fuck the deal is, you dirty bitch. I don't like that. And don't nobody want to smell your fucking day old outside ass smell. The fuck out of here. No. But like even there are people that don't wash their feet. And so that's what's going on your feet.
Well, I wash my feet. So, I mean, they're not like, they may not be fully detailed, but they are clean.
Yeah, see, and clean is, I can accept clean. I'm talking about motherfuckers that don't wash their feet to where I know I didn't see you, but I know you went in the shower. And then the next day, your feet was still dirty. So you didn't go down there and wash your feet? And that makes me very upset. When I see the bottom of a foot and it's black with dirt, no. No. And that just makes me assume that the sidewalls ain't right. The sidewalls definitely ain't taken care of if the bottom of the foot is black.
We had these neighbors that lived so...
That was the first mistake. Neighbor. Continue.
It was a young family. Their eldest was Lennox's age, and then they had a daughter that was like a year or two younger. And they were Floridians who were like very much into outdoors and like a very crunchy
Second mistake,
lifestyle.
Floridian. Third mistake, crunchy.
But the children were barefoot constantly.
Oof.
Constantly. In and out of the house, barefoot all the time, skateboarding down the street, no shoes on, which made me nervous because I was like, ooh, somebody's going to have a big old road rash scrape all over their foot, but they're not my kids, so I'm not worried. Well, Lennox really attached to this little boy. And so they would play all summer long. They played outside. And it got to the point where this child never had on shoes. And so Lennox also thought that he should never have on shoes. And it was so upsetting because he would come in at the end of the day, every day, had so much fun, completely worn out, but his feet were black. It was so disgusting. And I don't understand how people can like be outside and like mom was always barefoot outside skateboarding down the street and then walking in the house where people are again barefoot. And I know those floors weren't cleaned regularly.
No. See, what you did is you just fucking came up in here violently. This is a trigger for me. I'm getting very upset. My fucking armpits are sweating. I'm upset. I don't like a dirty foot. I really don't. I don't trust a motherfucker with a dirty foot. I don't trust a fuck. No. No, I don't, and I especially don't like a dirty foot on a coffee table and then you wiggling your toes like you're just comfortable. Get that the fuck off my, what the fuck's going on? Like, when I say cut your toenails, I mean cut them bad. I need you to come out here and your foot hurts. Cut them. I don't want to see a toenail. There's no reason. What is the biological reason for a toenail to exist in any length? None. Doesn't help you climb faster. Doesn't make you run better. No. Long toenails are wrong. Black bottom foot is wrong. Gunk between the... Bitch, if you don't get into the webbing. And these things have to be taught. And there's nothing I hate more than a child's dirty foot, because that's just plain negligence on the parent's part. If you look down right now and your child's toenails are long and or dirty and the bottoms of their feet are dirty, I'm looking at you crazy. I don't give a shit. Fuck your feelings. I don't give a shit. I want those toes
I would have
clean.
To scoop him up. He wasn't allowed to walk on the floor. I'd scoop him up. I'd carry him to the kitchen sink because we have a really big, wide, deep sink, and I'd sit him on the counter. And we'd have to soap his feet.
You would detail his feet. Yeah.
Ugh. I hate it.
And I just don't understand that motherfuckers that just be, I'm just going to run out to the mailbox. No, you the fuck, you not.
Oh, no. No.
That's how, first of all, that's how you get a fucking splinter. That's how you get glass in your foot. That's how you get a staph infection. That's how you get, what do you call that? The rust thing? Tinnitus?
Oh,
what the fuck?
tetanus.
No, that's your ear. Yeah, that.
Did you know that there's a new show, like Dr. Pimple Popper, but it's all for feet?
Is it bro? Toe bro?
Yes.
Okay, see, here's the thing about toe bro.
Uh-oh.
I like him. He's Filipino. We love him. Filipino accents.
Okay.
We fucks with toe bro. For sure. But some of his techniques are not thorough. I know it's terrible. So I'm not a podiatrist, so I shouldn't really be saying this, but I'm going to need you to go in there a little bit deeper, and I'm going to need you to go in there and clean out the dad's skin. See what I'm saying? And American podiatry, I've said this 1,000 times. American podiatry is wrong. If you want podiatry done the right way, you're going to go your motherfucking ass to South America. Brazilians the only one who know how to motherfucking do it. South American motherfuckers, a Colombian, the Ecuadorian, they know how to clean a motherfucking toenail.
What doesn't he do?
You know, like, I don't, like, when they cut the whole side of the toe off and there's a big fucking square piece missing and there's blood and guts and shit, there should be no blood. What? I've seen entire channels, years and years of channels. Bitch, if it don't fucking say podologia, Podologia, then it ain't podiatry. It ain't it. I seen this lady. I'm not even kidding. I seen this lady. What's her name? Raina? No, it's not Raina. It's not Raina. What the fuck's her name? Nagel. No, it's not Nagel. There's one that's even better than Nagel. Poto Penha? I don't know. I seen this fucking lady.
I can't believe you have a whole Rolodex of people in your brain that do feet. I couldn't watch anymore. I got squeamish. I watched him remove a giant splinter from the side of somebody's foot. And I told Chris, I go, yeah, turn it off. I can't do this.
Well, I am an expert at sidewall cleaning and removal. And you know who can tell you I'm an expert? Danny motherfucking Roberts.
Oh, you gave him
Danny motherfucking Roberts. I tell you what, we hadn't seen each other in 22 years. This motherfucker said, Melissa, you remember that time? I was like, what? He's like, you remember that time you gave me the best pedicure I ever had? I was like, oh, after we got home from South Africa? He's like, yes. He's like, I have never been able to find anybody that can do that. And I was like, really? He's like, so I'm hoping on this trip. I was like, bro, call Karen. Karen is our talent producer. I was like, call Karen. Tell her to order these things. He's like, really? Yeah. I was like, order these things. We took a motherfucking ice bucket. The ice bucket did not go back into the fucking community rotation. Don't worry. Filled that bitch up with some coconut scrub, hot water, massaged his little feet, got his little piggies fucking soaked.
Yeah.
Cut his toenails, went down in them sidewalls. He was like, wow. He's like, I've had this ingrown for a long. I was like, I know. I see, the problem is people don't clean out the dead skin where the toenail calloused. That's what you're actually feeling. You can get the nail out easily, all that. No blood, none of that. Cleaned his motherfucking feet out. I then saw him in LA. And he was like, let me tell you something. Whatever you did in November, I need it back. And he's like, and I've tried. And I gave him all the tools. I gave him the fucking sidewall rasp. I gave him all the tools. He's like, I can't do it. I can't. I said, because you can't contort your body right to do it right.
Yeah.
Only I can do it. And I was like, but I'm going to give you some channels to watch. I was like, okay.
Maybe he could teach his daughter how to do it.
I do not play about feet. It's so specific, and when people just be leaving, I also hate people that grow the toenail and want it there and don't want their sidewall clean. No, leave that. What? Like, you could see the cleanest, prettiest foot, and that sidewall was wrong.
I don't like feet. I had a massage this weekend, and I thought, I wonder how many people come in here, and she's just
with
like
filthy feet, and they have to rub them,
and they got to rub them. And she did this thing where she took my feet out of the bottom, and she took a hot towel out of the warmer and put it over my feet and was like rubbing my feet. It felt so nice. And in my head, I thought, oh, I wonder if this is what she does so that she doesn't have to touch people's feet. She eventually took the towel off and like rubbed my feet. But I was just like, I don't think I could, if somebody was, can you refuse service if you're just like wholly grossed out by somebody's unkempt
100%.
body?
I hate your feet. I hate I hate feet. I only like clean feet. And there are even clean feet that are wrong. Matter of fact, I need to start a service. There's 2 services I'm going to start.
Okay.
This don't got shit to do with nothing. I'm going to start a biracial PR firm where I'm going to help biracial people talk about shit right. And shut the fuck up. Don't say that. Number 1. I will also take white women clients. I can help y'all. That's going to be on the side. But let's start with just the biracials.
Okay.
My other service is I'm going to tell you where your feet had me fucked up. And then you can go get that addressed. Wait, so what do you do, Melissa? Oh, I just tell them why their feet are ugly. But
see, I always
what are they
felt
supposed
like
to do with that information?
I always felt like I wanted to start a service for people transitioning, especially male to female transitions, and like, let's talk about dressing our bodies. Because I feel like there are a lot of missteps that happen in the beginning because maybe you didn't have that role model growing up, and we're just like trying a bunch of stuff. So like, let's help you find a way to dress this new body that feels authentic.
There's a lot of women helping women. I'm saying.
I think that would be great. I'm also starting a women-only contracting business. How many times have you had somebody come up into your house to do work and they reeked of cigarettes, they didn't have booties on their shoes, they left a mess, they didn't clean up after themselves? Now consider you need to hire somebody to come and paint your basement ceiling, and I show up. You automatically trust me. I'm probably going to win I could do a shitty ass job, but I might win your business over some creepy guy that's come into your house. Just because
this is where, listen,
I look innocent and nice.
I would have to see your previous works. this is terrible. I would have to see her previous works. But what I would like is if there was a woman project manager and she came up behind the man and said, now we're going to clean this up. Don't have her in here like this. Take that out.
Yeah.
Get that out of here. But I don't want you doing this shit. I don't want Justin Beck doing this shit.
Why?
No, I want to fucking, because I'm sexist. Okay. Straight up, I don't want no bunch of women roofers. Bitch, no.
I'm only sexist when it comes to the chores or tasks that I don't want to take on, and then it becomes a man's job.
Listen, anything that makes my life easier is a man's job. And I want just competent men. I'm 100% down for. There's definitely a lot men can't do right. 100%. I want the man that can do things right. That's the one I want to hire. But I also want the lady to come in behind him and tell him where he had me fucked up. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've lost all our listeners, I think this would be a good stop.
You know what? The world's on fire. Why does it matter?
It fucking don't matter. It really don't. It don't matter. I'm 20 minutes. I gotta go get my. You ask why? Don't matter.
Me too. Oh, are we getting tandem waxes today?
Jinx.
I had to go get a new waxer too.
Ooh, no. You can't be switching waxers. I have the same one for years and years at a time.
Well, I
can't have like multiple people knowing what my looks like. That's crazy.
I feel like that kind of modesty went out the door when I had children, because everybody's in there looking at it and touching it and sticking hands up it, and you know there was all kinds of activity.
Well, and now the government too. So what difference do it make?
Not a goddamn difference.
We laugh, but we're really crying.
I was gonna say we laugh so that we don't cry. Yeah,
it's really true though, and I'm like, I just gotta have my body hairless as much as possible in the summertime, because you never know when the child's gonna go, Mom, can we go to the pool? You never know.
You know, I was surprised. I was thinking the other day that I'm surprised that you're not a pool mom, because that feels like a very like Melissa Beck approved outdoor activity for the summer.
I would be a pool mom. If I had a pool, that would be great. But I don't have a pool. And the pool that we do have is just a rinky-dink inflatable. I need to be luxuriating at a pool.
Yeah.
And y'all need to have your floaties on it in the shallow end. If that's the kind of pool mom I want to be. I don't want to have flipping, running, having an actual good time. Just relax. Get cooled down.
See, though, when they get to a certain age, like last year was the first year where I was not afraid that anybody was going to drown. And so that was the first year like where I could take a book and just sit my ass on a chair and read the whole day. And the only thing that I had to worry about was reapplying sunscreen and providing snacks.
Yeah, that's what I like.
When you get to that point, it's incredible. And now it's really fun.
Because I would like to go to a pool that has like a little restaurant on the side that brings fresh fruit.
Well, that's a country club.
Has like, well, that's what I want. That's what I want to do.
My in-laws used to belong to the country club, and it was so nice. I loved they would take the kids all the time, but when they invited the adults to come along too, that's my absolute favorite. We don't belong to anything like that, but
I want an umbrella. I want fresh fruits. I want a menu. I want someone to come over here and go, Miss, would you like a coffee, a tea? Yes, I'll have a Diet Coke with ice. I'll also have a glass of water, and I'll also have a chai latte. Really, all 3 drinks? Don't ask questions. You just ask me what do I want. Those are the 3 items I have a hankering for. Those are the 3 drinks I want to have at the ready. So just bring those, and then also the fruit platter. Can you bring the fruit platter? But don't bring it how it comes, because why am I paying all this money for shit I don't eat? Don't put no blackberries on that motherfucker. Don't put no blueberries on that motherfucker. Don't put no raspberries on that motherfucker. Bring it out here with just pineapple, cantaloupe, and watermelon sliced up how y'all do. Put the little flour in the middle. That's what I like. Thank you.
What do you have against raspberries and blueberries?
I don't know. It's a texture problem. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Really?
Yeah, it's like chewing a little hairy nutsack. I can't. can't. Oh, God. A raspberry just fucking stresses me out. Get that the fuck out of my mouth.
I love raspberries.
You fucking nut juggler. Yuck.
A frozen blueberry is so good.
Oh, God. A frozen blueberry is worse. People are like, you can put it in the freezer. Bitch, no.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
like
want that.
summertime.
Yuck. Yuck. Berries in general. I've tried so hard to like a strawberry. I work so hard to like a strawberry, and I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's like prickly, it's hairy. It's a nut sack to me, and I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Can you do a peach?
Oh my God, absolutely not. And then how the peach has a vulva in the middle? No. The peach has a nut sack and then a vulva in the middle at the same time. No, motherfucker, no. I gotta go. Thank you for listening to this episode of Imperfect Strangers podcast. Here is your lovely outro. I haven't done an outro in a minute, but I figured since I got the mic, I just wanted to say, you know what? I meant what I said about being careful with how you maintain and protect your happiness and your peace. And this episode was really fun to make just because Amanda and I understand each other now on a level where we can talk about hard stuff and, bring levity and light to stuff that's not cool to talk about, and also not feel judged in the feelings that we have about all of the, gestures wildly that's going on. But we do also recognize how hard it is to talk about these things out loud because everybody's at a different place with processing what it feels like to try to maintain a sense of humanity and diplomacy and joyful interaction in a world where is a 50% chance that the person you're interacting with doesn't value or see you for who you are. Their belief system might just be not what yours is, and apparently everybody wants us to get okay with that, and it's really hard to do that, especially as women. Especially as women of color. It's hard out here in a motherfucker. So anyway, I meant what I said when I said protect your peace, and that this show, we hope the value of it is, bringing solace and respite. Why does respite spelled R-E-S-P-I-T-E and it's not respite? Whatever. I hate when they just randomly change rules. It should be R-E-S-P-I-T-T if you wanted to say respite, but whatever. The point is, protect your peace, maintain your happiness, create, and maintain joys. It's hard, but good luck out there. Have a great weekend. I hope Imperfect Strangers podcast is a part of that great weekend. Come back here for the Monday Night Live. Here's a list of all the things you can do to support our show. You can like us on Instagram. You can subscribe to our show anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can give us a rating or a review, 5 stars only. That's what Amanda said, 5 stars only. You can check out our Patreon. There's plenty of tiers for you to enjoy. We be having fun and cutting up in the Discord. You can come to our Monday Night Lives, turn your notifications on. I don't even really know if they're going to be on Mondays anymore, but we go live. And share space with y'all every week. We try to do that every week. In fact, we are going to get back on a regular and routine schedule now that things are dying down and we get our summer vacations and whatnot out of the way. Anyway, y'all be good. Bye.